So here we are in the shed again, putting up some French cleats. The stuff that I had up there before, all of this stuff, it was pretty good, but I need way more space. I got this part wrong and I only just noticed it. Oh well. French cleats are pretty simple the way they go up. You know, you got a cleat on one side and then a cleat on the other side. The most important thing is when you're putting these up is you've really got to plan the space before you start making anything. Winging it can get a little bit dodgy, so I decided to wing it, see what it's going to be like when I put it up. Well, this is me actually trying to figure out how to put everything up. I actually spend a lot of time thinking and staring and of course looking for random things. I'd like to say I contemplate, but I'm just confused. Here I make a stupid mistake. Tools should never go in your pockets because then they go into the laundry and break things. So I started to piece together the cleats that go up on the wall, have a little bit of an angle. I have one of those bit buddies that help, and I used the angle attachment on the drill to get it right in the corner. I'm not entirely sure why I keep going over to that corner there. Is it like I'm pushing something in? I think I was testing the size of the screw. That's actually become a bit of a problem because here I think I was using 75mm screws, which is probably too long. I went out there and said hello to my partner. She just came home from work. As you can see, this cleat that's about to go up is a lot wider than the rest. It's the next day. Now, I've already made quite a few of these units, and I started cutting these little corner pieces, but I had a bit of a problem. Yeah, you saw the blade jump out there? That's not good. You probably noticed that the blade, the tool bore down there and stopped. Now I can't actually tell why that's doing that. The blade is fairly new. Doesn't cut a lot of heavy stuff. I could probably clean it. Yeah, it could be that the wood is, the wood's fairly dry. It might have some tension in it that causes it to twist, and then the blade's constantly trying to cut straight, and then when the wood turns, it can't cut straight anymore. It's trying to cut a curved surface. It's how it gets pinched. So that's kind of why you get this burning in the wood. That's one reason. It could be that the blade is not sharp. Okay, there we go. So screw all that in, and then I can work out the pattern. In order to do that, I kind of want to look at some of the different styles of screwdrivers. They're all they're different shapes and sizes. I think I've only got one stubby. I've got tons of files. This is the best one I have though. That's how sad that is. If I wanted to arrange them, so say there's 20, some of these screwdrivers I just abuse because I actually don't like them. So I stick them and push them and pull them, and I don't really care. And they're not the ones that give way, They're the ones that just keep on ticking, much to my chagrin. 7 and 3 rows, so 1, 2, 3. And as quick as mustard, this is all done, sanded. Used the old AliExpress drill press. This has actually worked really well. Didn't bind when you're pushing it down. It's heavy, but you know, that's just the way it goes. Sorry you didn't get to see that. Camera overheats. Just going to sand these down, put them on here, and then what? I actually never finished what I was saying. One day I'm going to be able to just go push everything off. It's the problem with workbenches, you know, they just get a lot of stuff on them. They do. And this workbench, even months later, still has a lot of stuff on it. Da-da! Right, let's see what we can put in here. I tried this layout so many times, and I started on the next section, which was for longer tools. So one good tool to have around when you're doing any kind of measuring is a set of calipers. Digital or otherwise. I've had this pair for years, but I don't really use them that often because I have this problem where if you leave a battery in here, it just goes flat, and you've probably noticed that. So I just keep taking the battery out. I've seen a guy who did a modification where he put a switch on it, which is quite a cool idea, but it's another day, another dollar. 10 mil for that one. I kind of want to get it past this part here. So that's 20, 25, so that's a different one again. It can't be 20 mil for all of the holes. I've got a 8.5 mil bit in there. So if I put all the 8 mil along the front, then we're going to have to do less this time. So we've got, I can't even remember how much space we had here. So we've got on this one we've got 400. So if we went 50, we'll get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. No. Let's simplify it. 20 on the back row, we'll do 2 rows. I had to do a fair amount of cleanup work here. It's nice to get those bevels in there as well. Screwing them together just takes a bit of time. I tried to get the angles quite nice at 90 degrees using a clamp, and I didn't actually break any of the wood because I pre-drilled basically every single screw I put in, which is partly the reason why it took so long. And of course I get to put everything up there. Yeah, so this is some months later. These little units get pretty jam-packed. I'm actually trying to just cover what's there for a later episode, but basically these are really cool, but you have to make customized ones for so many tools. I've made 2 for the long sort of tools, and they don't always work the best, so I've got more designing to do. Me trying to think of all of the right sequence. So there you have it, the first 2 French cleats. One's for screwdrivers and the other one's for odds and ends, sort of longish tools. Coming up, we've got some battery chargers to install and a drill bit holder, which is took quite a bit of time. And if you have been watching, thank you very much. Please like and subscribe. Have a very good day.